Hi, Tam here. Some time back, I found myself in Key West, Florida. Now, Key West is this beautiful little town in the Keys in Florida. And that's very, very close to Cuba. Actually, Key West is about 90 miles from Cuba. So I was in Key West, and it was the day after the 4th of July. So I thought, that's a great day for photography, really. And there shouldn't be too many tourists around. Most people are still a bit intoxicated and, tired from the night before. So early morning, if I show up there with my camera and stuff, I'll be able to get some nice pictures of Key West. So the first thing I wanted to take was a picture of a structure, a buoy, that they call the southernmost place in Key West or something like that, the southernmost place in the United States, right? So it's a structure, it's a huge piece of rock, and it's a landmark in Key West. Most people take pictures there. So that morning, about 7 o'clock, I'm by the structure. So I arrived there. I went there with a friend, a photographer friend. And, we both went there. And we were quite early, and we were not disappointed. It was a good call. The place was not too crowded. It was just perfect, Still, there was already a queue of tourists, because what happens there is that people queue to have their picture taken with the structure. So you basically arrive, you pose in front of the structure, and then you go out, then the next person comes, and then they go, the next person, next. So you get the picture. So things were going okay, we're taking our pictures. Everything is going well, it's a beautiful morning, everybody's happy. It's Key West, the sun is up, the birds are singing, everything's great. But then in the water, there is a piece of luggage floating around. Right? So somebody called the police to investigate, right? So this police car comes in, and this woman, this police officer woman, comes out of the car, and you could see, from the moment she stepped outside of her cruiser, she was in a bad mood, man. You could see she wasn't happy to be at work the morning after the 4th of July. She looked tired, she was very grumpy, She was not happy at all, So she comes and she says, somebody called the police. There's something floating in the water. Who called? So people are looking at each other. They're just pointing at the thing there. So she says, yeah, I can see that, but who called the police? So people are like, nobody's really answering, So anyway, we continue our pictures, our photography, The police officer managed to get somebody to bring that piece of luggage over, So then they brought it to land, opened it up, and it was empty. There was nothing in there. Somebody from the cruise ship probably tossed the old piece of luggage overboard, and it was just floating there. So now she was really upset. You could see, she was saying like, I can't believe they called me for this nonsense, something like that, So she wasn't happy, So anyway, people are carrying on, and doing what they're doing, and taking their pictures of the structure and of the streets and of the surrounding areas, right? And the lady, the police officer, right? She's roaming around. She's not going back to her car. She's roaming around. She's looking at us. She's looking at everybody there. And then she specifically looks at me. And she says, "You, sir, what are you doing?" Me? Nothing. I'm just taking pictures. "What are you taking pictures of, sir?" And now she approaches me, right? So she comes to me. So I tell her I'm taking picture of the structure here. That's what everybody's doing here. She says, "Why are you taking pictures of these people?" I said, "Listen, I'm not taking pictures of these people. I have no interest in them. I don't know them. I'm just doing what everybody else is doing, just taking pictures of the structure, right? Listen, what you're doing is illegal. You can't take pictures of people unless you ask them permission to take their pictures." And then there's a guy there who was about to have his picture taken with the structure, right? So she stops him and said, Sir, this man here, did he take a picture of you? Did he take a picture of you? Did you authorize him to take a picture of you? Is he taking pictures of you?" So the guy is like, then he moves away. "Listen, I want to see your memory card, sir, and I want to have a look at all the pictures that you've taken here today." So I said, "I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that." She said, "Excuse me?" I said, I can't let you do that. I'm not going to give you my camera to have a look at all my pictures that I've taken over the past, I don't know how many weeks. No, these are my personal pictures." "Okay, so you have something to hide then?" I said, "Yes, I've got something to hide from you because I don't know you. You're not my friend. You're not family. You're not, I don't know you. I don't want to share my pictures with you. These are my personal pictures. This is my private property, right?" "Yes, but I want to make sure that you haven't been taking pictures of people." So I told her, come on. Just think about this, officer. This is a tourist spot. If you take pictures of the Statue of Liberty, there will be people in your pictures. If you take pictures of the Eiffel Tower, there will be people in your pictures. Come on. It doesn't make sense. What you're saying does not make sense, officer. You all due respect. I think you're just a bit tired today, but for sure you can see my point. It's just photography. She was angry. She was angry and uncompromising. She did not want anybody to defy her authority, to challenge her. She was really angry, actually, So she says, "Do you see this structure there?" She's pointing at a building that's about 5 kilometers away. So she's pointing at this building and saying, "Do you see this building there? It's like a white one-story building." So I say, yeah, I can see that. "Do you know what that is?" I said, "No, that's a naval base, right? It's a naval base, a Navy building, an official building, a military building, a military compound, a military base." I said, "Okay. So you might have been taking pictures of the Navy base. And so I want to have a look at your camera to make sure that you were not taking pictures of the base." So I told her, "Listen, officer, up to 2 seconds ago, I did not even know that this was a naval base. I could not even see it, actually, you know? Yeah, but I need to make sure of that, you know, so I want to see your pictures now. So I told her, I've got 2 cameras here, and I've got a GoPro here, and I've got my phone here. Are you saying you want to have a look at all my equipment? Yes. So I said, no, that's not going to happen. Unless you have a warrant, or unless you're going to arrest me. Then yes, once you've arrested me, I guess, you know, you'll have my private properties in your hands, and yeah, maybe then you can do what you want. But otherwise, I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not going to give it to you. Now she's getting really, really frustrated, man. So she says, she's almost screaming at me, like, she says, "Where are you from?" And I tell her, I don't see how that's relevant to this case. So she says, yeah, it's relevant to me because I need to know where you're from. I said, how is it relevant? You're accusing me of taking pictures of people. You're accusing me of taking pictures of this naval base that I didn't even know existed. What difference does it make whether I'm from Argentina or England or Nigeria or wherever? It's relevant to me because it's my duty to protect my country from possible terrorist threat. I'm thinking, this is escalating very fast. We're talking about terrorist threats here. And now some of the tourists as well, you know, they're realizing that this thing is escalating fast. So some tourists are starting to shoot. So now, this is the new situation. I'm being accused of being a possible terrorist threat. Basically casing a naval base. People are busy filming, and I'm not sure if they're filming because they want video evidence to help me out if I have to go to court, or if they're hoping that I get shot so that they can upload their stuff on YouTube and go viral. Right? So either way, people are recording, so that's good, right? Because, you know, I always feel that when people are recording you, you have to sort of be at your best behavior. I thought so, but I was wrong. So I go like, possible terrorist threat. I mean, are you from England? What? Are you from England? Are you from England? Listen, why would you think I'm from England? I don't even have an English accent. You know, I don't even have a British accent. Why would you think I'm from England? Yeah, because, you know, I think you're from England. You're from England, aren't you? Am I a bigger threat if I'm from England? I mean, I don't even have a British accent. I mean, come on, man, it doesn't make sense. That's ridiculous. Let me see your ID. Oh, you lied to me. You from France. What? You are from France. You said you're from England. You are from France. You're born in France. First of all, I never said I was from England. Second of all, I was born in France, but I'm not French. I don't understand. What's going on here? What do you mean, what's going on? How many citizenships do you have? I'm not going to answer that. It's none of your business. I mean, what are we doing here? So the police officer, the lady there, you know, she's becoming really more and more tense, so she decides to call for backup. So she says, I'm going to call for backup because you don't want to cooperate. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. Which way is it? Which way do you want? So I'm saying, listen, you do what you have to do. I haven't done anything wrong. Takes a radio there, you know, she goes back a bit and she's like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, suspect is. She's speaking in coded language, right? Coded numerical police jargon, right? I think not 3 minutes went by and backup was already there. So this other police car arrived fast, and the guy pulled just behind the lady's car, right? So he's about 10 meters behind her, and he's blocking the street. So now I'm thinking, wow, I mean, now she's really escalated this whole thing, right? He's opened his door, and he's behind the door of the car, right? But I mean, I must hand it to him. The complete opposite of the lady, you know? He was calm, he came out of his car, he had his sunglasses on, and he asked, what is the problem? I mean, he could have come out, gun blazing, like, you know, freeze! But no, the guy was a gentleman, actually, you know? And actually it was good that she called for backup, because although she did that to intimidate me and rough me up a bit, the effect was the opposite, you know? The guy was calm and courteous, you know? And I think we were on the same page, and he quickly understood and de-escalated the whole thing, you know? So he came out of his car, he looked at her, and I knew that, okay, this guy is more reasonable, he's gonna be on my side. So he says, so what's going on? So before I could even say something, she goes, you know, so she's just trying to do a quick brainwashing job there. And then I speak. So I say, no, officer, I'm not posing any threat at all. All I'm doing is, I'm doing photography, as you can see, with my equipment, my cameras and stuff. And I'd like to take some beautiful pictures of the southernmost point structure, you know? That's a big landmark in Key West, and I want to try and get the most beautiful pictures I can. I mean, that's all, really. And then she goes about the ID. Yeah, but his ID, you know, look, he was born in France, but you know, it's complicated. So the guy says, also, you're a tourist visiting? I said, no, actually, I work here. Oh, who do you work for? Yeah, I work for XYZ company. Oh, and what do you do? I'm a doctor. Oh, okay, good. And then I think he asked me one more question. Like, I forgot, he asked me like another normal question. I answered, and that was it. And he actually said, look, enjoy your day. Then got back in his car and drove off. She was embarrassed. She just looked at the guy, at her partner, driving off. Nothing to see here. The guy did nothing wrong. Let him go. So the guy drove off. So now she's still in the middle of the street there with my ID. And you could see she doesn't know what to do, right? So she says, I'm gonna run your name through database. So she goes and she calls, you know, Beya, B-E-Y-A. She's hanging on there, you know. And there was nothing on my name. I mean, no criminal record or anything like that, you know. So basically, there was nothing more she could do. So, you know, after that, she had the nerve to act all sanctimonious. And she says, because now she has to give me back my ID, right? So she takes my ID again and she says, you know, you're very lucky I'm in a good mood today. Here's your ID. So I took back my ID, and then she walked back to her car. Everybody was looking at her. Yeah, she was just embarrassed. So she got into a car and she took off. But anyway, the point of this story is, whatever power you have over others, with that power comes responsibility, And it doesn't matter what your job is. Every job carries a certain degrees of responsibilities, right? The Uber driver who's driving me to my destination, he has my life in his hands, right? And when you're a police officer, you have, first of all, a lot of power over me, over us. You have the power to save somebody's life. When somebody is breaking into my house and I call the police, my life is depending on you. I hope that you will come in time and save me. But with that power comes massive responsibility as well. You could arrest me. With a gun and ammunition, you could kill me by mistake. And if you're not a man or a woman of moral virtues, good ethics, and morality, you could send me to prison for the rest of my life. You could plant evidence to incriminate me even though I'm innocent. You could shoot and kill me even though I've got nothing wrong. And if there's no witnesses, well, it will be your word against nothing. So you have that power, but at the same time, you've got a lot of responsibility to not abuse that power and do good. Basically, every single job, I don't think there's a job that does not carry any responsibility, Even the most menial jobs, there is a certain degree of responsibility. It might affect us differently, but the more power you have, the more responsibilities you have, and you must be aware of that. And after what happened to me with the police, I was thinking, what if my encounter had happened in a deserted street with absolutely no witness? What then? This police officer, she was so irritated, so angry. What then? She could have done anything. She could have sent me to jail for the night. we must be responsible, and we must be aware of the power that we have. We all have some kind of power. Recognize your power, respect it, and use it for good. And for you to be better and to progress and be better every single day of your life, you must be aware of that. You must be aware of your power. Right? Don't underestimate the power you have. You have a lot of power, whatever you do, whatever is your job. Your words can change somebody's life. That's the power you have. That's the power we have. And I hope that, you will realize that, you have that power as a human being. Respect it. And do good with it. Be better than you were yesterday, every single day. And help people around you being better as well. Cheers.